Welcome to the Benzano Podcast, where we're calling a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are getting dragged through the mud this morning. That franchise is a dumpster fire. The players, dumpster fire. They were so far away from playoff contention last year. It was the difference between the East Coast of the country and the West Coast of the country. Wide margin. Nowhere close to being a playoff team. The front office, so inept, so incapable, they saw that dumpster fire of a team, and what'd they say? Oh, we gotta run it back. We're so...
Angel Reese was reportedly on the phone furious and stunned, demanding out of a franchise that has turned into a complete embarrassment. She did not sign up for chaos, yet she is watching the front office burn every ounce of the future in real time. The Chicago Sky just made one of the most reckless moves the league has ever seen, and it is already crushing any chance of Reese keeping pace with Caitlin Clark, while Clark is being positioned for a dynasty. Reese is stuck on a team that refuses to fix itself.
Tweaks here and a couple tweaks there. You talk about a poverty franchise. Chicago Sky still playing in the YMCA. Chicago Sky can't even sell out a game. What's going on over there in Chicago? Angel Reese on the phone right now, demanding a trade. Get me out of Chicago. Nah, Angel, nah. You like it in Chicago, remember? Lil Durk and G Herbo? Let's get right into it, shall we, please? Like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
The news dropped heavy. Chicago quietly cut deals with Portland and Toronto before the expansion draft, and what they did makes no sense. They gave away valuable picks just to stop other teams from taking players off a roster that barely won games last season. They paid to protect failure. A team that won 10 games gets preserved like a contender, and for Angel Reese this looks like the breaking point, because the gap between her and Caitlin Clark is not about talent, it is about a front office that has no direction.
Angel Reese on the phone right now, demanding a trade. Get me out of Chicago. Nah, Angel, nah. You like it in Chicago, remember? Lil Durk and G Herbo? Let's get right into it, shall we, please? Like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hype the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Trade alert, trade alert. The Chicago Sky have reached agreements with Portland Fire and Toronto Tempo ahead of the expansion draft. As a result, neither team will select a player from Chicago's unprotected list in the expansion.
A team goes 10-34 and decides this roster is worth protecting. That is the kind of decision that shocks the league. Most franchises would beg for a reset, but Chicago treated this group like it was untouchable. They sacrificed future assets to keep players who could not build a single run all year. This is a losing mindset, and fans see it clearly. The message is simple: this organization is comfortable staying at the bottom.
In the expansion draft, the Chicago Sky sent second-round picks to these expansion teams in order to protect all of the players on their team. Hey, Toronto, Portland, please, all of the players that didn't help us do anything significant last year, please don't pick them. All the players that didn't contribute to a winning season last year, please don't pick them. We want to run it back. We're this close. Look, folks, the front office looked at this roster and said, man, this is tough. Do y'all want our picks instead? Oh, we can't lose Rebecca Allen. Oh, we can't lose Ariel Atkins. Oh.
The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark was supposed to define this era, something like Magic and Bird, but how can that exist when one side is trapped in dysfunction? Clark has structure vision and support. Reese is stuck in chaos. This move did more than hurt draft capital, it destroyed competitive balance. Fans wanted a real battle. Instead they are watching one star rise while the other is held back by her own team.
The Sky are getting crushed right now. The Chicago Sky are getting crushed right now. The dumbest trades I've ever seen. You were 10-34 last season, and you just traded 2 draft picks to run it back with the same people. They think it's been a good day for business. Yesterday was April Fool's Day. This was a perfect opportunity to say, hey, April Fools, we're just joking. We're not doing that. Can you believe us? Can you really think we're doing that? No. But sadly enough, the Chicago Sky, they're serious. They're serious. And
It gets worse when you realize Portland and Toronto likely had zero interest in this roster to begin with. Imagine those front offices looking at Chicago and seeing nothing worth taking, then getting handed picks anyway. It is a win for them, and a self-inflicted loss for Chicago. They weakened themselves just to hold on to players the rest of the league would not even prioritize.
They got hosed. Oh, are you guys just inept at everything you do? I can run this franchise better than your current front office. They didn't want to take any Sky players anyway, just gave away draft picks so they didn't have to whiff on. Seriously, who would look at this roster and seriously be like, oh, I want these players? No, nobody. The Chicago Sky, you guys didn't realize you didn't really have anybody worthwhile on this team? You ain't got anybody worth really picking up in the expansion draft on this team?
Fans are furious, and they should be. This was the moment to rebuild around Angel Reese. Instead, they are being told this team is close to competing. A 34-loss season does not get fixed with small tweaks. That is delusion. Season ticket holders are watching a front office double down on a formula that already failed, and there is no sign of real change.
She threw her teammates under the bus last year. We're not protecting her. Ooh, but that'd be bad PR. That would be bad PR. So you know what? Instead of that coming to the forefront that we didn't protect her, hey, just take the second round pick. And just don't take anybody. Wow. You shouldn't publicly admit to being so poorly run. Damn. The worst organization in pro sports. You don't understand that y'all need every pick you can get. You ready? Everybody that was blaming Angel, why would we owe her an apology? She quit on.
There is also a deeper theory circulating that this move was about optics surrounding Angel Reese. Some believe the team feared the backlash of not protecting her, or worse, another team passing on her publicly. There have been whispers about locker room tension and inconsistency, so instead of facing that conversation, they protected everyone and avoided the spotlight entirely. It was a safe move driven by fear, not strategy.
But that was blaming Angel, why would we owe her an apology? She quit on her team. Trading to keep the same roster that you got, bottom of the league. Now, you ready for this? You ready for me to be a glass half full right here for the Chicago Sky? You ready for this? This is on brand with the channel. Don't worry. Second round WNBA picks. They ain't really anything special. If the Chicago Sky are saying, I'd rather have Maddie Westbell than the second round pick, well, what does that say about the potential talent hanging out over there in the second round of the WNBA draft?
This is what a completely mismanaged front office looks like, giving away critical assets just to maintain a losing roster in a league where every draft pick matters. Chicago treated second-round picks like they were disposable when they are actually lifelines for depth and future trades. Angel Reese is now stuck in a situation where her prime is being wasted while Caitlin Clark is thriving in a system built for success. One organization is building a legacy, the other is covering mistakes. The talent drop in the draft makes every pick valuable, and Chicago just walked away from that opportunity betting on players who already proved they cannot win together. Names like Sevi Uzan and Maddie Westbeld are being protected like stars when they are not difference makers. This is like trying to fix a broken engine with paint. The rivalry that once fueled the league's growth is now fading because one side cannot compete. Fans wanted a battle, but now it looks one-sided. Chicago believed they were closer than they are, and that lack of awareness is why they remain stuck. The locker room feels it. Players know when management is not serious about winning, and that creates a culture where losing becomes normal. Expansion teams took advantage with ease, and now Chicago has no leverage left. If Angel Reese pushes for an exit, the return will be minimal compared to her value. Other teams see the desperation and will act accordingly, while elite franchises continue improving. Chicago stands still, falling further behind. The decisions coming out of that front office raise real questions about leadership and direction, especially when poor facilities and weak infrastructure already hurt their reputation. Top players will not choose instability, and right now Chicago represents exactly that. The rivalry with Caitlin Clark was bigger than basketball. It brought attention and energy to the league, but without competition it loses meaning. Reese risks becoming a star without wins, and that story does not last. Fans feel betrayed. They expected growth and got regression. They understand the mistake. Clearly, trading the future to protect failure is never the answer. As the expansion draft unfolds, Chicago will watch others improve using the assets they gave away while they remain stuck repeating the same cycle. This was a moment to change direction. Instead, they chose comfort, and now they face the consequences: a wasted opportunity, a damaged rivalry, and a franchise drifting further from relevance.